did not start the fire. And just a minute, let me turn my volume up. Shit. How's that? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I hope so. Let me check my... I have to be smarter than my freaking headphones and all that other fun shit. And let's see. Did that do... No, nope, nope. Okay. One more adjustment. So, that's maxed out. Okay. Guess what, y'all? You are listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. Also on the RLMRadio.xyz site. And on, let's see, RealLibertyMedia. The RLM radio tune-in radio station, the RLM radio internet radio station, and the RLM Spreaker channel. Whoo! It's been a frickin' whack-a-doodle Wednesday, let me tell you, and I have just been flippin' whacked. Actually, my day started out very well. It really did. I was having a great time, and, you know, everybody was being silly at work, and... RLM didn't make the list. Woo! I saw that, Grim. Okay. So that must mean that if RLM didn't make the list, Grim, does that mean that we are truth tellers? Okay, I dispense an awful lot of snark. How's that sound? Okay, in any case, let's see, where was I? Oh, yeah, my day started out quite well. You know, I mean, I had a wonderful day around the house, got all kinds of stuff done before I had to head to work. Got to work, the guys were feeling silly, I was feeling silly, we're dancing around. I played that millennial song, you know, cripes, now I can't even think of how it goes. But, yeah, chair dancing and all that fun shit. And then we had a customer come in, which is normally not a big deal. You know, at a car dealership, you have customers come in all the time. You need those, don't you know? And so, yeah, I'm being ever so helpful because that's my job, and directed her where she needed to be. And then she started saying that, well, you guys are supposed to reimburse me for all of this work that I had done. And my parts guy, little Casey, said, well, I never received any of this information. And that's when I kind of piped up and went, oh, yeah, I got that information. Yeah, I saw that, Grimmy. A lot of my favorite sites are on there, too. And I'm going to go there here in just a little bit, as soon as I get my little bitchy out of the way. In any case, I told Case that I got the fax last week, Friday. And before I got the fax, I let them know that odds are that no, that will not be covered. Because, well, you know, I am the warranty administrator. It's such a fancy schmancy title. But that's my main job at the dealership, is I get to deal with anything to do with warranty. So I explained to the person that called and that was faxing this information that no, odds are there's not going to be any reimbursement, but yes, we can perform the repairs for her. So she's wanting reimbursed for this, and I go through the paperwork again, and I said, nowhere in all of these receipts does it show that you had the specific part in this special coverage that you would be reimbursed for. Nowhere did you have that replaced. Now, I have to inform you, this is a 2003 vehicle. And one little thing that, you know, there's a lot of people don't realize, but like with warranty stuff, number one, warranty only covers manufacturer defects. It does not cover if you drive like an idiot and you break something. That is not covered by warranty because that is not a manufacturer's defect. A lot of people seem to think that 3 years, 36,000, that should cover everything. No, it doesn't. If you like to bump into those little concrete pylon things in front of the grocery store or what have you, and then decide that you want to have your headlight replaced because you bumped a little bit too hard, no, that's not covered by warranty. That's an insurance issue. In any case, so warranty covers manufacturer defects. When there are recalls, hi Gary L. And I will say hey to everybody here in just a minute, but I got to get this out of my system. So when there are recalls, those are National Highway Safety Institute recalls. As in the government says you have to fix this because it's a safety issue. Okay, whatever. We have a lot of those too. Then you have customer satisfaction things that are not necessarily a recall, but they're treated kind of like recalls. Then you have special policies, which are not a customer satisfaction. They are not a recall. This is something that if this condition should arise with your vehicle, GM will cover it. But if that situation does not arise, GM will not cover it. Don't go and have this done because it only happened with some vehicles. So, getting that out of the way. So I'm trying to explain this to her, being my ever so pleasant and professional self. I do that at work. I can be quite professional when I need to be. And I'm explaining to her the difference and also explaining to her and reading her little letter to her, explaining to her that it states, yes, you can be reimbursed if you have this condition and if this part fails. Now, she had all kinds of other stuff done, and it had to do with the fuel tank. So yes, that is something that needs to be corrected, and we are going to fix it, and it is going to be at no cost to her. But she seemed to think that anything to do with the exhaust, anything to do with the fuel system at all, should have been covered. And she had like a couple $1,000s worth of repairs over the last 14 years on this vehicle that she wanted to be reimbursed for. Mind you, none of this was done at a GM dealership, because if it had been done at a GM dealership, they would have caught the problem and tended to it at the time at no cost to her. So, I'm explaining all of this to her, and she just grabbed the paperwork and looked at me and said, well, you just need to quit giving me the runaround and do your job. And it was like, oh, baby, it's on. It's on. Now, that's what was going on inside my head. Outside, I still had the smile on my face. But that smile had changed to being the ever so helpful warranty administrator and receptionist, to being the person that was inside her mind was thinking, I happen to know someone who has a chipper shredder, and I'm wondering how difficult it would be to go and borrow that for a short amount of time. Because, you know, there's a very slight difference in the smile, but my parts guy recognized it. She didn't, because she kept after it until I finally said, I will discuss this with the general manager, and we will let you know when you come to pick up your vehicle. At that point, she left, and at that point, I walked in and started discussing to the general manager to let him know just exactly how the cow ate the cabbage. Because, excuse me? Oh, I also ought to tell you that we're the third dealership that she's been to, and we're the only ones that are actually helping her out in any way, shape, or form. So, just to let you know how pleasant of an individual she has been. Yes, what a wonderful individual. And yeah, she shit in my post toasties this morning, and it was like, God damn it, I barely finished one cup of coffee, and I got to deal with this kind of crap. It took me a couple hours to get back to where I no longer had the where's that chipper shredder smile on my face, but I did finally get it off of my face. But oh, I hope to God when she comes back to get her vehicle, I'm not there. Because if I am not going to be quite so pleasant with her. In any case, now that I've got my vent out of the system, I probably ought to say, hey there, hi there, ho there to everybody, and be a little bit more pleasant, don't you think? I'm not wearing my chipper shredder smile anymore. honest and for true. Okay, over here on Facebook, I see Bo Diddy, I see Gary L, and I also see the lovely Mary B from Down Under. And thank you ever so much, Gary L, for sharing that over there on Facebook as well. I truly do appreciate it, and for putting the little chat link on there. Over here on the RLM, I got a flasher thing going on. Um, she is beige. She's beige, RLM. And she has a very bad dye job because, wow, she had the skunk stripe going on. It's like, oh, sweetheart, you really need to go see your beautician because it's not an attractive look. Seriously. Okay, over here in the RLM, I see, or not on the RLM, on Freedom's Network, I see Grimmy is over here. Thank you, darling, for posting that over here. As well as the lovely Estrella, and it looks like the lovely Mary B also liked that over here. So, hey there, hi there, ho there, guys. How are you doing? And now, to the place where you need to be. Yes, Grimmy cows do eat cabbage, and that's why they have such such aromatic gas. Yeah, it's whew. They will eat cabbage though, Grim. They really will. And so will pigs. Of course, pigs will eat just about anything. Even you, if you fall in there and they're hungry. I've talked to pig farmers. Yeah, stray cat gets in there with the pigs and whee! Yeah. Okay, over here in the RLM, which once again, where you need to be. Right there up top, my missionary man. Hey there, Asma, how you doing? You know what, sweetheart? We're going to have to try a new position, sweetie, because my butt's going numb. Can we flop? Okay, I also see Barman is over here. Hey there, Barman. How you doing? He is the most splendiferous bot in the whole wide world. Why? Because I said so. That's why. I also see the lovely Beth Z is here. Hey there, woman. How are you doing? And looky there, Cowboy Tech. I hope you're hearing pleasant voices this evening, sweetheart. I also see Grimner, who is the RLM God, as in GAWD, because oh my God, it's Grimner. And looky there, the lovely Moose Girl is also in here, although I don't know that she's necessarily in here chatting, but she is logged in. We also have the lovely Kate as well. You know what, Grimmy, your placement just ain't right because, you know, you're supposed to be between the two lovely ladies, so you can be the Grimmy middle of a lovely lady sandwich. Don't you know? I also see Trust No One is here. Hey there, sweetheart. How you doing? Are you still not trusting anybody? Do you have trust issues? Should we talk about this? Just lay down on the couch, sweetie. We'll have a little chit-chat about this. It's all good. And looky there, Atomic Punk is here. Atomic Punk, as opposed to a regular punk. So does that mean that you kind of glow in the dark and you have a orange afro? Is that the way? Don't go all Ronald McDonald on me, okay? Beetle! How you doing, Beetle? I hope you're having an absolutely splendiferous day. And looky there, the lovely Chloe is here. Hi there, Chloe. How are you doing this evening? And hey, Gary L is over here as well. And Gary, I actually got to listen to the whole broadcast, although it wasn't all in one sitting on Monday. I had to thank God for pause buttons. Let's just put that out there. I also see IB Don C is here. Hey there, IB Don C. And you know what, hon? I saw earlier that you don't want to move to Denver. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I've gone there quite a bit, and yeah, people out there are crazy. And they drive like idiots. You know, they all say that oh, we know how to drive in snow. Bullshit. Bullshit. I know better. I used to live in Colorado. I know how you idiots drive. No, you do not know how to drive in snow. You just think you do because you have four-wheel drive. Four-wheel go does not mean four-wheel stop. Dumbass. I also see IB Doncy work is here, and you know what? You need to relax a bit, hon. You work entirely too hard. Java Doctor 2 is here. Hi, Rascal. Are you going to help me name off names? Don't chew on the microphone, sweetheart. That's why I had to get a new headset, because you chewed on the cord, you little troll. That's my kitty cat helping out. She's being ever so helpful. I also see Meisterbar Party. You have trust issues, honey? We'll just lay down on the couch, sweetheart. We'll just talk about it. Okay? I also see Rob Works is here, and bless your heart, hon. Thank you for firing up that bubbler, because God knows I can use it today. Although I must say, my afternoon went quite well, and I got all of my warranty claims submitted, and all of them paid for the amounts. Well, okay, not the exact amounts that I submitted for, but it came out, it balanced out. Because some they paid a little bit more and some they paid a little bit less. So it all balanced out. It's all good. They all paid. I also say, hey, looky there, Sock Puppet. I've been over loitering on your chat room as well, hon. Hope you don't mind. I'm still kind of sort of getting the feel for the room. So once I get comfortable, look out. Just saying. I also see Clank is over here, which is still a rather fun sound because, we're coming up towards Thanksgiving, and that's that noise you make when, you pull the turkey roaster out of the oven, and then your pot holder slips just a little bit as you're grabbing the lid, and then you drop the lid. That's that noise. Clank! And closely followed by son of a bitch. But I also see Colfax 101, which, speaking of Denver, yeah, stay away from that street unless you want to get some and have to pay for it. Of course, when you stop and think about it, you have to pay for it no matter how you get some. It's just some is actually fiat money and some of it is actually quite a bit more expensive. Trust me, I know. Yeah. Which is part of why I'm single, because wow. Yeah. Some things just ain't worth the added expense after the fact, don't you know? Huh. Okay, I also see etc. is here. Etc., etc., etc. Oh, that is such a cool little. You're going to have to teach me how to do that, Sock Puppet, because that's just so freaking cool. Although I'm sure that's probably one of them code things, and yeah, if you talk to anybody in the RLM chat, they would tell you don't let her anywhere near buttons because she's pushing them all the time, and a lot of times it's not necessarily the proper button to push. But hey, at least I admit, yeah, I pushed it. It was there, seemed like the proper thing to do at the time. Oh, well. And that's awesome if you get to stay home, I be Don C. I'm kind of sort of working towards that myself. I'm actually talking with someone in a town that's about 25 miles from me that I'm possibly going to be doing some little apprenticeship with her and getting into the whole aromatherapy thing and Reiki, that kind of stuff. 'Cause I've always been the one that, if somebody needs a back rub or something like that, it's always, yo, Mary. 'Cause, especially at when we would have poker runs and stuff like that, especially the longer poker runs, a lot of times, fighting wind or whatever fun stuff, like sometimes happens out here in northwest Kansas. We do tend to have the wind. Muscles get tense, all that other fun shit. So I was always the one that, yo, my back hurts. So I give back rubs. And I thought, I've been giving back rubs for probably 40 years now. I may as well, get that little certificate and then be able to make a living at it. That way I can work out of my home as well. So, that's kind of the game plan. It's in the works. It's in the works. I'm thinking probably by next spring I might be able to pull that off. In any case, I also see Frumpy is here. Hey there, Frumpy. How you do? Are you feeling frumpy? Are you in your sweats and your baggy t-shirt? Because that's usually the way I dress when I'm feeling frumpy. Sweats and a baggy t-shirt and house shoes. And sometimes pigtails. Just depends on my mood. I also, oh, hey, I'm here. Yay! I made it. I also see Grendel is here. That is another one of those fun ones to say, don't you know? And holy Jehovah. Yeah, Jehovah was the one that grabbed the reins and pulled me back from hugging someone around the neck until she turned into Smurf. I truly, truly felt like doing that this morning. Thank God Jehovah was there. Let's see. A mansplaining hotline. Really? How fun. I'm going to have to check that out. I also see Juana Taco. And this is just so quinky dinky, Juana Taco, because we had a young gal that she comes by about once a month and sells homemade tortillas. Or not tortillas. Crapinoli. Tamales. There you go. I knew it started with a T. In any case, she came by with some tamales today. She said, I got 3 dozen left. And I said, I want a dozen. Because, oh, good Lord, those things are so yummy. You know, and when she brought them in, it was like, okay, here's your money. And she handed them to me, and they were still really, really warm. So it's like, oh, yay! Who pulled my pigtails, Meisterbrower? You know, if that was a Hispanic that did that, he'd go, hey, handlebars even. Okay, moving along. In any case, Juana Taco, I have fresh homemade tamales here. And I had one before I started this evening because I just couldn't stand it. I couldn't wait any longer. I will have a couple more when I get done. At least a couple more. I know, Rascal, I know you're helping, sweetheart, but leave the microphone alone. Silly kitty. Okay, back to Kazoo. God bless you. How are you doing, sweetheart? And looky there, the lovely Mary B from Down Under. How are you doing, sweetheart? You guys haven't... How far away are you from the little shake, rattle, and roll that went on down in that hemisphere? I'm just curious because, you know, my geography when it comes to the southern hemisphere ain't exactly what it used to be. You know, one of those things where the mental Rolodex had to shove shit out in order to make room for new shit. Yeah. I also see I see Pawn Sauce is in the house, and to round out the crew, our one and only anonymous so far in the chat, RLM 38792. Is that you, Hansel? Just curious. Where's Gretel? Oh, I see Grendel, but I don't see Gretel. Okay, let's see. Sputnik News, Toronto racist posters. Oh, all these lovely people that, you know, they're the ones that are always saying, you're such a racist, you're such a racist, and they're the ones that bring up the race card. It makes me wonder, who's the real racist here? I know I shouldn't wander too far because I just might get lost, but good thing I have a leash on my headphones so I can't wander too far. Okay, I am going to get to this list of all those fake news sites because it's like, really? Alrighty, is Snopes in there? Inquiring minds would like to know because, quite frankly, I think Snopes is full of shit half the time. But wait a minute, it's on the internet, so therefore it must be true. Oh well, I saw this on Twitter a little bit earlier. And oh hey, I got to open up Twitter again because my stalker count has raised. I'm up to 336 stalkers. Oh, you don't get very many earthquakes? Okay, B. That is awesome. Because, yeah, there's an awful lot of them going on. Wait a minute here. There's an awful lot of them going on down in the Oklahoma area right now. And, fracking and all that fun shit. And I have an awful lot of family down along well, it's not necessarily along the Kansas-Oklahoma border, but, Wichita area and points east of there. And so anytime there is a shake, rattle, and roll down in Oklahoma, they feel it. And I don't, because I'm way out here. I'm way over yonder. I'm over by Colorado, which is kind of sort of where, I have some family members that like to come out and visit me, and then they go, it's only an hour's drive to Colorado. Because, yeah, well, there's things you can purchase in Colorado that you can't purchase in Kansas. Okay, what is this you said, Grimmy? Don't you know white folks are supposed to be ashamed of being white? End of story. Doesn't matter. They had no choice in the matter. And 99% of them have never and would never do anything racist. Feel bad about it. Damn it. You know what, honey? I would feel bad about it if I had the time, but damn, I just do not have the time to feel bad about it. Besides the fact that, it depends on the time of year as to whether I'm a white folk or... Okay, because there's certain parts of my anatomy that never see the sun. So, is that what I'm being judged by? I'm getting judged by my rump. Whee! Okay, moving along. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Grimmy wants no border with mass hordes of third world. That's got to be Hans. That's got to be Hans. You know what, Hansel, my dear? When you really stop and think about it, if you go and get a DNA test, there is no such fucking thing as a pure race. Unless you consider the human race as a pure race that is not diluted. Well, it is diluted. Let's see. It is infected with ass munches. How about we put it that way? The humanity has a tendency to go all ass munchiness at times. And there are some people that just really try and stay away from that. But then there's some people that just really revel in being an ass munch. I'm just going to leave it at that. How's that sound? But, yeah, go and get a DNA test and find out just exactly how pure anyone's heritage is. There ain't no such critter. Which is why I am very proud to say that I am... Oh, not Hans? Okay. Excuse me. In any case, I am proud to say I'm a Heinz 57. Because I'm sure I got a little bit of just about every frickin' ethnicity in me. Period. And I have the freckles to prove it. And in the summertime, I'm more along the lines of Neapolitan ice cream. Because there's parts of me that stay white and parts of me that get quite tan and parts of me that are just pink as hell. Because they don't normally see the sunlight. And when they do, it's like, hi, want to be a lobster for a while? So, people need to get off this frickin' skin color bullshit. It's an immutable trait unless you go lay out. And for those of you that seem to think that, those that are born with a natural tan are less than, stay off the fucking beaches. Stay out of the fake tanning booths. All that other fun shit. Because if someone being born with a natural tan is less than, why in the hell are you trying to acquire that same tan? Huh? Inquiring minds would like to know. Most of the problems with this world today, in my perspective, my opinion, are this whole scarcity mentality. Oh, well, we don't have enough, so therefore certain people need to do without, oh, well, you have less than. You're less than intelligent because of where you were born or what have you. piffle. Yeah, I know people that can't do some things that I can do, but they can do things that I can't do. So, intelligence or ability is not necessarily, yeah, not real sure where I'm going with that, but it pisses me off when people start getting all, I'm better than you. No, no, I don't want to hear it. You can go say that somewhere else. I'm going to plug my ears and not listen to your sorry ass. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close Twitter again because it is a drain on my tin can and kite string internet out here. So, from the Daily Sheeple. Apparently this professor compiles a list of fake news sites. Wow, thanks, prof. So, what college do you teach at? Is it one of those that has safe spaces? Big Brother loves you. Yes, he does. This is no longer about having a different opinion or being labeled a conspiracy theorist. This is about 100% online censorship of viewpoints, ideas, and information that governments and the megacorporations they are in bed with do not want you to see online. It's bad enough that just 6 megacorporations control 90+% of the media society consumes, which I try not to feed at that trough because it leaves a very sour taste, don't you know? Note that Time Warner changed its name to Spectrum. Ah, how wonderful. And then got bought out by AT&T. And their icon is a hypnotic eyeball. Very interesting. As previously reported, there's a reason that Google's new parent company is named Alphabet. Because they're operated by the Alphabet Soup Brigade. Yay. They will literally be controlling the exchange of information and online communication in the future. Kiss my ass. What's that, sock puppet? I know people are going to think of themselves as they will. I know, but it gets very, very cranky, makes me cranky sometimes, especially when they get in my face and start that shit. It's like, back off. Just back off. I want to hear your shit. And if so long as, people can think whatever they wish to think so long as no one gets hurt in the equation. And what I mean by hurt is not, oh, I have an emotional boo-boo, someone call a ambulance. I don't mean that kind of hurt, because toughen up, cupcake. Sometimes life is crummy. But I mean, those people that, incite violence or intentionally go out to cause harm to another. Those people I have a real serious issue with, But other than that, you can think what you want to think. You can say what you want to say. You can do what you want to do so long as it is amongst consenting adults. Because, hey, if you're into whips and things and he's into pain, hey, more power to you. But you just keep that shit over there where I don't have to see it, okay? Thank you very much. Although, maybe I'll just have to turn my head. What's that, Grammy? General Foods, General Motors, General Electric? Yeah, I have to deal with General Motors on a daily basis. Yippee-yi-yay, cow patty. A lot of times I do slay that dragon, though. But there are a few times where I don't pull that off. I get a little bit singed. Oh well, back to this article. So, the Wild West of the Internet is coming to an end. I don't think so. But that's my opinion. It was just reported that Google/Alphabet and Facebook were going to be clamping down on so-called fake news sites. Emotions lack the benefit. Well, yeah. Although, sweetie, I don't like to think of myself as Einstein because God knows there's an awful lot that I need to learn yet. But I can get quite emotional sometimes. doesn't mean that I've lost any of my intelligence. It just means that I let my emotions get the better of me for a moment or two or 10. Shit happens. So long as I don't act on it and don't cause anybody grievous harm, it's all cool. Okay. What's that, IB Don C? 8% of General Electric's revenue is derived from stuff that we buy. Yay, there you go. Oh, so that's, okay. I get it, IB Don C. Time Warner Cable, bought by Charter and Spectrum. Yippee-yi-yay, cow patty. Ain't it just lovely? See, they're doing this shit so they can try and squeeze it out, but they don't understand that people are going to, as soon as it's like a little kid, you have the cookie jar and you have it up there on the shelf where they can't reach unless they get creative, and trust me, children are creative. And you tell them you may not have a cookie before supper time. I don't want you ruining your appetite. They do that, don't you know? In any case, yeah, as soon as you walk out of the room, that child is going to get creative. And I have grandchildren. I have watched them be creative. And that's the best part of having grandchildren, is because when you have your own children and they get creative, you have to go in there and you have to correct them. You can't just stand there and be mesmerized by their ingenuity. You have to actually go, I told you no. So you have to be firm, because children need to understand that sometimes no means no. They'll need that later in life. But when it's grandchildren, and my eldest daughter has told me multiple times, you are Grammy, you are not Mom. You're supposed to be Grammy, you're not supposed to. And then it's times like this that I sit back and I just smile, and she says, why didn't you stop them? Oh, wait, you told me to be Grammy. I wasn't Mom, I'm supposed to be Grammy. I'm sitting here and marveling at their ingenuity. Because I have especially my youngest grandchild. Oh my God, that child is a genius. He will go far in this world, because he's very inventive at getting to the cookie jar. And I love it, because the whole time, especially if I go, what did your mama say? And he'll just turn and look at me and bat those big blue eyes and continue to reach for the cookie jar. And I sit there and try not to laugh like a maniac. I don't always accomplish it, but I do try. Okay, not really well, but I try. Okay, back to this article. Like clockwork, floating around on the internet now is a list of these faker, bellyacre sites that authored by Melissa Zimdars. Yes? What's that, hon? Is it true? Is it true that when I say yes, I really mean no? No, sweetheart. If I say yes, I mean yes. And if I say no, that means don't push it. And yeah, I know, me getting emotional. I know, who'd have thunk? As if. Oh, ends January 1. Well, you know what, IB Don C, I am into my 18th year of what I have been doing as well. And not all in one lump, though. I worked there for 10 years, and then I quit because I was offered an accounting position elsewhere. And then I wound up coming back because new ownership, and I was asked to come back. So I did. But and for the most part, I love what I do, and I love who I work with. It's just that sometimes dealing with the general public can be very exacerbating. Parkus! Dude! How you doing, sweetheart? How's things over on Pig? I saw Hambo shared something on Facebook earlier today, and then the phone rang, and I didn't get to check it out. So I'll have to go check out the Pig, because I'm assuming that means that you guys have a new front page. So I'll have to go check that shit out. In any case, back to these faker bellyacre websites that, they have fake news because, the government and the mainstream media is so trustworthy. So, and this Melissa is an assistant professor of media and communications at Merrimack College. Where in the hell's Merrimack College? It just so happens to include almost every major alternative news site you can imagine. Now, when I initially saw this, I saw Breitbart was on there. I also saw Alex Jones's shit was on there, along with Zero Hedge and a couple others. But then the phone rang, and so I just shoved it in my pocket for later. In any case, this list, she claims, is for educational purposes only. Kind of like that list of what makes you a homegrown terrorist. Which basically, if you think for yourself, you terrify the leeches that be. I'm just going to put that out there. So, seeing as how it's for educational purposes only. But it is being shared everywhere, including by the LA Times. Like it's an authoritative list from a valid and vetted and totally unbiased source. Because, yeah, that's what reporters do. They are totally unbiased. Ouch. That hurt. Wow. It was like a little hairball got stuck or something. Just reading that. Wow. It's been so revered that it might as well be the final official list from the mouth of Google itself. Google it. Just go Google yourself. Isn't that what you're supposed to be saying instead of that F-bomb, which I think I've already dropped one this evening, but I may have to drop a couple more, you Google shits. In fact, the way this list is being spread, actually in a false, misleading way. Oh, the irony. Oh, yeah, kind of like Shitlery when she gave a little speech prior to the elections, and she was saying that, people will probably be very angry with the turnout, but, we don't behave that way because we know. And then, oh, look. Who doesn't behave that way? Huh? If it comforts you to sleep at night, hon. Alrighty. Apparently Zimdars, that really is kind of a cool name though. I like your last name, Melissa. Has broken everything down into 4 categories. And even satire websites like The Onion are on there. Because, quote, number 1, they have the potential to perpetuate misinformation based on different audience misinterpretations. Oh, gee, I've never done that. Wink, wink, wink. I think Grammy's gotten me with a couple of those. I think there's been a few people that have gotten me with. I learned after the second one. Kind of a slow learner, don't you know? Because some of this shit. Okay, and number 2, to make sure anyone who reads a story by The Onion, for example, understands its purpose. Well, the purpose of The Onion is to poke fun at all of you guys because seriously, you take yourselves entirely too seriously and the rest of the world goes, holy crap, they really said that out loud and they really expect me to believe that. You guys are funny. Okay, apparently there are false, misleading, clickbaity, and or satirical news sources. Clickbaity, huh? That's a new one. I might have to remember that one. Or then again, maybe not. The disclaimer is that all of the content in this document reflect the opinion which are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and they all are very aromatic and not necessarily in a pleasant way. But it reflects the opinion of the author and are for educational purposes only. Granted, she's an associate professor, so it's from the ivory towers of educraption. So here comes that aromatic part again. This resource was split into categories around 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the 15th of this month. Wow. Thank you ever so much, sweetheart. I'm so glad you did all of the research for me, so now I can be a lazy slug and just read it and make fun of you. Category 1. Below is a list of fake, false, or regularly misleading websites that are shared on Fakeybook and social media. Maybe I shouldn't call it Fakeybook. Is it in this list? Maybe I should call it Fascist Book, because that's pretty much what it is anyway. What you just posted caused someone else to have a butt hurt, so we're going to give you a timeout. Booyah! I've been trying to get that badge for a while now. Moving along. Some of these websites may rely on outrage by using distorted headlines and decontextualized or dubious information in order to generate likes, shares, and profits. These websites are categorized with the number 1 next to them. Ooh. So is this kind of like the threat level thing? Why don't you give them color coding? What's that, Grim? I'm right in the middle of this. And then Porcus left, and now Porcus is back. And you let me, like a lemming. Intelligentsia, yes. What is this? Oh, Craig Silverman viral fake election news outperformed. I'll have to check that out, Grim. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and grab that link real quick, because I'll may have to see. I get drawn in by the headlines. I really do. And then if the article just doesn't live up to where my mind thinks it should have gone, I get bored and move along. But for now, I'm playing with this fake news over here on the Daily Sheeple, because I want to find out if I'm a perpetuator of perpetuator. Is that the right one? A propagator? I'm a propagandist. There you go. Category 2 is some websites on this list may circulate misleading and or potentially unreliable information, and they are marked with a number 2, as in a duty number. They are number 1, those are real pissers. Number 2 are just shit. What's number 3? Is that like number 1 and number 2 combined? Wow. Otherwise, these are other websites on this list that sometimes use clickbaity headlines and social media descriptions, and they are marked with a 3. So is that like Twitter? Or Facebook? Oh, excuse me. And then you have category 4. These are other sources on this list are purposefully fake with the intent of satire/comedy, which can offer important critical commentary on politics and society, but have the potential to be shared as actual/literal news. I'm including them here for now because, well, number 1, they have the potential to perpetuate misinformation based on different audience misinterpretation, and 2, to make sure anyone who reads a story by The Onion, for example, understands its purpose. If you think this is unnecessary, please see Literally Unbelievable. I'm not going to go to that link because really, literally unbelievable, maybe I'll believe it. And if I believe it really, really kind of like Hans voted hard enough, maybe if I believe hard enough, it'll be true. Oh, I would be a total globalist lefty shit? Okay. I'll prep myself for that then, Grimmy. I'll channel my inner globalist lefty shit later. I gotta see who all's on here. So, we live in a world where everyone is on the exact same educational and experimental level that when they read a story, we are all going to understand it in the same way. Uh-huh. That doesn't even make any sense, and it isn't the job of Google or the government to make sure your grandma knows whether or not a story in The Onion is real or not. Hey, I'm a Grammy, and I bet... And then I laughed like a maniac when I finally figured out, oh, holy fuck. Some bitch. Guys got me. Damn it. Because I like laughing at myself. I find it extremely amusing. She also tells people to check information out with Snopes. Which has been caught blatantly lying and using logical fallacies. How can you have a logical fallacy? Is that like a bob without the batteries? Just curious. Yeah, and it's so-called fact-checking. And Wikipedia, which can be altered by anyone, anywhere, at any time, to find out if a website is a good source of information or not. Well, isn't that interesting? You know, kind of like that Mandela effect. Oh, wow! Wikipedia. Okay, peeps, if you are counting on what's in Wikipedia to prove your Mandela effect, nah. Although I do have a really, really, really old atlas that in one picture, in one map in that atlas, and it's a small one, and it's in the middle. You know, it's in like all of the verbiage and shit that's in there. Where South America actually looks like the way it used to when I was a kid. Now everything looks different. And yeah, tinfoil hat time, but some of that shit makes you scratch your head and go, wait a minute here. I don't remember it being it like that. Okay, on top of that, she says that the sources that she trusts include government-funded NPR, Bilderberg attendee, The Washington Post, Council on Foreign Relations partner, The Atlantic, and blatantly biased, especially in its 2016 election coverage, The New York Times. Oh, but they are part of the gentry of information, don't you know? As if anyone in the gentry can't be a schmuckbud or an evil conniving asshat. Yeah. There's never been any kind of like backstabbing or anything like that amongst the gentry, has there? Ever. So how does that make her qualified to create such a list when she's obviously biased to begin with? Well, she used Wikipedia. She also goes on to note that the Huffington Post and Fox News are not yet included on the list. Inquiring minds would like to know why. Yeah, they really should be. But she never once mentions MSNBC or CNN. Is Chris the Tingler still, amongst the getting paid for tingling brigade? I don't go there. I don't pay attention to their shit. So I'm just, that just kind of popped into my head. I'm curious. For just a little bit. It'll leave soon enough and I'll be okay. Clearly, this is exposing her political leanings as both full-on lean left. So, okay, if I full-on lean left, I'd fall out of my chair. I don't want to do that. Both are biased through and through, and both completely misrepresented coverage of shitlery during the election, just like New York Times, while both have conversely censored information in the past about topics like the CDC whistleblower and the revelations of Wikipedia's Podesta email, or WikiLeaks Podesta emails, except to misleading blame the leak on Russia, which I've heard through some of those rather nefarious sites that information was actually leaked by our own CIA and FBI. Oopsie! Wouldn't surprise me. But, once again, it's just shit that I saw on the internet. So therefore, it's true. Okay, so let's see this list here. 100%fedup.com has got a 2 and a 3. Enduringvision.com has got a number 1. PackAlertPress.com doesn't have a number beside it, but apparently it's still included anyway. 21stCenturyWire.com, FPRNradio.com, Political Blind Spot, 70news.wordpress.com, The Free Thought Project, Political Ears, ABC, abcnews.com.co. Wow, and it's got a great big number 1 beside it. How funny. Geoengineeringwatch.org, Politicalo, okay, I don't remember that one. Activist Post, website removed temporarily. I just had to read that because it's highlighted and it's like, cool. Politicus USA, Addicting Info, Government Slaves, Prison Planet, AmericanNews.com, Gulag Bound, and PrisonPlanet.tv. Wow. You liar, pants on fires. Also, AnonNews.co, HangTheBankers.com, PrivateEye.co.uk, Associated Media Coverage, HumansAreFree.com, Project Veritas, BeforeIt'sNews.com, Hustlers, I like that name. I don't know what they have there, but I like that name. Another temporarily removed website. I wonder if maybe there's some work going on underneath the table and that's why it's highlighted. We'll get back to you. We'll see how well you perform under that desk. Being Liberal, If You Only News, React 365, Big American News, Indecision Forever, Real Pharmacy, Big P Zone, oh wow. I don't want to go there. IJR, Real News Right Now, Bipartisan Report, InfoWars, Red Flag News, BizPack Review, Infowars.com. Not to be confused with just plain InfoWars. Red State, Blue Nation Review, IntelliHub, Reductress, Breitbart. It just isn't the same since Andrew had that accident. Yeah. No, I don't believe it was just plain heart attack. I think something untoward happened. Inquisitor.com, RyleNews.com, Call the Cops, Jones Reports, Satire Tribune, or Satira, or is that Satira? I wonder if it depends on where you put your emphasis on that one. I wonder what would make them think that a satira, which I would think satire, why would that be on a list? Cap News, Lou Rockwell, no, really? Sprott Sprinkle, oh, that sounds like a personal problem. Christwire, oh, 'cause, yeah, he was one of them there long-haired peacenik kind of people. Can't have them. Liberal America, The Blaze. Okay, The Blaze, Chronicle.su, Liberty Talk, The Free Thought Project, Civic Tribune, Liberty Unyielding, Borowitz Report, Clickhole, oh, wow, Mental Image, no, not going there, Liberty Videos, The Onion, booyah, I like The Onion, Coast to Coast AM, no, hey, my brother Joey's called into that several times. Speaking of brothers, quick little segue here. My brother Fudd is going to be with me Friday night. He is at my mom's right now, and they are going through pictures because my mother has gazillions of them. And they're trying to get them all loaded on the computer and get them labeled and dated and all that for genealogy purposes. Yeah, whatever. But he's coming out here Friday, And while I'm on the radio, he's going to join me on the radio. And not only is he going to join me on the radio, he is also going to make me one of his very famous refrigerator pizzas. Whatever you find in the fridge, throw it on that pizza. So booyah, I am so excited. Yay! And then we're going to go to his granddaughter's birthday party on Saturday. So, whee! It's going to be fun. Okay, moving along. LMR/Liberty Movement Radio is also on here. The other 98%. Collective Evolution, MediaMass.net, The Reporters, Conscious Life News, MeganKelly.us. I like that because she just really, yeah. I haven't seen eye to eye with Megyn Kelly in a long time. Long time. The Stately Herald, ConservativeOutfitters.com, MSNBC.com.co, The Daily Sheeple. Booyah! You guys made it. I'm so proud of you. This is almost like a David Letterman thing, only not. Conspiracy Wire or WhiteAwakeAmerica.com, MSNBC, the website, The News Nerd, Countdown to Zero Time, Naha Daily, The Rundown Live, Counter Psyops, National Report, The U.S. Patriot, another website removed because we're seeing how well they perform under a desk, even if it's a cybernetic one, NationalReport.net, TruthFrequencyRadio.com, Cream BMP. Is that an ointment? Because that's right behind that is Natural News. Curious. Twitchy. That's why you have to have that Cream BMP, because you got a twitchy thing. And they read it up in Natural News. In any case, BuzzFeed Live, NC Scooper, unconfirmedsources.com. Imagine that. Unconfirmed sources. In other words, we're just going to put this shit out there. And, well, we're just putting this shit out here. Why? Because we can. TheDailyCurrent.com, NTC, which is New Century Times, another website removed, 2 more actually. Wow, somebody's getting busy. The New Examiner, U.S. Supreme, Daily Wire, NewsHound.com, USBlasting.news, DCClothesline.com, News Biscuit. Does that come with gravy? I'm just curious. Because I'm that one tamale just ain't cutting it. Bob Rigby's talking. U.S. Uncut, the D.C. Gazette, Newslo, Veterans Today, DERFmagazine.com, DERF, I like that word. News Mutiny, another website removed. Damn, y'all are getting more action than I've seen in years. Disclose.tv, Newswatch 28, Waking Up Wisconsin. Moosey! They're picking on your state, hon. TheDrudgeReport.com.co, Newswatch 33, Winning Democrats, Duffel Blog, Newswire-24, Wit Science, Progressive.com. That's a fun one, too. Disinfo.com, WorldNet Daily, Embles.com, Now 8 News, World News Daily Report, Empire Herald, Now the Beginning, or Now the End Begins. Yeah, got my turds wormed around for a second there, but I straightened it out. WorldTruth.tv, Empire News, Occupy Democrats, Zero Hedge, EmpireNews.com, and EndingTheFed.com. Well, don't you feel special? Aren't you glad that you know all that? I know I am, and I think I'm going to have to save this page because I may have to just go and check out each and every one of those sites. Okay, some of them I've been to already, and I don't care to go back, but I'm going to have to go check them out because I want to see what all the hubbub is about. Because don't you know, when someone tells you you cannot have it, I cannot have it, I'm going to go there. You know I am. Why? Because it's just the way I roll. So, okay, let me share this over in the RLM. So just in case I skimmed over them too fast, or if you wish to just check this shit out, go there yourself, have a little fun, say, you guys are on the naughty list. Santa Claus is going to bring you a lump of coal. It's going to be cybernetic, but you still can't get a lump of coal. Okay, now I'm going to have to go to this one that Grammy shared from BuzzFeed News. Thanks, Grim. Oh, wait. Let me put this over on that effing site real quick. You effing people are awesome, dude. It's like totally gnarly. You need to check this shit out. Because Big Brother is watching. Apparently, Big Brother doesn't have a life, and so therefore must live vicariously through the rest of us. Who knew? "1984 on steroids." Yeah, they are definitely overachievers on that one, Frumpy. No doubt about it. But you know what? That's okay. Because now that I know all those places that they don't want me to go because those places, they give you bad information, I'm going to go there now. And you know why? Because I want to decide for my fucking self. So there. Because they's not my boss, applesauce. Okay, from BuzzFeed.com. In their Buzz News, viral fake election news outperformed real news on Fakeybook in the final months of the U.S. election. Oh, no! Really? I have never seen anything that was a falsification on Fascist Book. Oh, crap. I am booking my first class ticket to hell. Just saying that right now, because you can go to hell for lying. Did you know that? I've got a reserved first class seat on that bus. Mine is so first class that I get to drive from time to time. So buckle up, baby cakes. Okay. In the final 3 months of the U.S. presidential campaign, the top-performing fake election news stories on Fakeybook generated more engagement than the top stories from the major news outlets such as the New York Times, Washington Post, Huffington Post, NBC News, and others. Possibly because it was more fun. Possibly because people are tired of your shit. Possibly because people are wanting to go, really? As if it makes a difference anyway. Besides the fact that y'all need to really look at the numbers. Because you're sitting there going, well, Trump will stillskin won. Nuh-uh. Hillary got the popular vote. Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking that this year my grandparents may have possibly voted Democrat. Rest their souls. Yeah. How many of those Hillary votes were dead people? I've already seen stuff about different counties having like 140% voter turnout. Wow, Common Core has been belly good to me. Apparently, during these critical months on the campaign, 20 top-performing false election stories from hoax sites and hyper-partisan blogs generated 8,711,000 shares, reactions, and comments on Fakeybook. Wow. Within the same time period, the 20 best performing election stories from 19 major news websites generated a total of 7,367,000 shares, reactions, and comments on Fakeybook. That is true, Grammy. Except for, sometimes people want to know what the clap has to say just so they can go, did you see this shit? Seriously? Oh, honey, I can fake with the best of them. Oh, I just got distracted. Moving along. Whee! Okay, this analysis is focused on the top performing link posts for both groups of publishers and not on total site engagement on Fakeybook. For details on how we identified and analyzed the content, see the bottom of this post. Yay, because you know what, peeps? That's one thing, you can be a statistician and be like all about the numbers and all that fun stuff, but unless you know how those numbers were gathered, you don't have the full story. And that's the fun thing about having my brother Fudd coming on the radio with me on Friday, because he is one of those statistics kind of people. That's just the way his mind goes. He's always doing a statistical analysis of whatever, and that's pretty much what he did most of his life, in one way or another. And so, but he doesn't just take somebody's numbers that are fed to him. He wants to find out how they came by those numbers. And a lot of times the results that he comes up with are way different from what the results that were given to him, simply because he did not go at it with the bias, as in, oh, wait, this block of numbers doesn't fit with our preconceived notions, so therefore it is irrelevant. That's where that plus or minus 3% shit comes in. You ever wonder why they do that? Guess what? Oh well. Back to this article. Up until those last 3 months of the campaign, the top election content from major outlets had easily outpaced that of fake election news on Fakeybook. It's Fakeybook. What do you expect? Then, as the election drew near, engagement for fake content on Fakebook skyrocketed and surpassed that of content from major news outlets. Why? Because it's Fakebook. And unless you're posting pictures of what you're going to be eating here shortly, or that new duck look that you want to do, although, okay, I have to admit, when I finally got my new glasses, I did do a selfie. But, I told everybody because our family page, which, if we have any kind of family goings on, and it's just family that can, except for like the FBI and the CIA and the NSA, but basically they're family too. I mean, they come to all of our family gatherings. In any case, I'd said that I was getting new glasses, and so everybody in the family was going, "Oh, we want to see, we want to see." So I did a selfie with my new glasses, and had that for my temporary profile pic on Facebook. One of the few times where my profile pic is actually a picture of me. Most of the time it is not, because I think that there are better things for people to do than look at a frickin' picture of me making some kind of dorky ass face because someone's taking a picture of me and I'm going, really, seriously? There's cute children around here. Leave me the hell alone. So I make a weird face. In any case, so yeah, that's one of the few times where I actually had the actual me on Facebook for 24 hours, and then it went away. Oh well. But that's Fakebook. You're not supposed to have real shit on there, are you? You're supposed to have goofy looking faces and yeah. Put those little helpful and mindful and metaphysical messages out there. Actually, Frumpy, yeah, there was a little cleavage showing. I was wearing a low-cut shirt that day. So yeah. Although there's other pictures on Facebook that show more cleavage that my daughter took playing pool, and yeah. Moving along. Don't let me get sidetracked, damn it. Okay. Where was I at? There I am. I'm troubled that Facebook is doing so little to combat fake news. This was said by Brandon Nyhan, who is professor of political science at Dartmouth College. Brendan, honey, politics and science. Wow. Okay. That's like military intelligence. Moving along. Apparently, this guy researches political misinformation and fact-checking. Fact-checking political misinformation. Wow. Okay. That's just mind-boggling right there. It hurt. Even if they did not swing the election, the evidence is clear that bogus stories have incredible reach on the network. Yeah. What do you think it was designed for, dumbass? Just because you were not on the winning side of it this time, you're going to whip out the whanny whanny boo boo. Wham. A Facebook spokesman told BuzzFeed News that the top stories don't reflect overall engagement on the platform. No, because people are busy sharing selfies in the mirror where they're doing that duck face shit. There's a long tail of stories on Facebook, the spokesman said, and it may seem like the top stories get a lot of traction, but they represent a tiny fraction of the total. He also said that native video, live content, and image posts from major news outlets saw significant engagement on Facebook. Of the 20 top performing false election stories identified in the analysis, all but 3 were overtly pro-Trumpelstiltskin and anti-Shitlery. See, I told you so, I told you so, I told you. 2 of the biggest false hits were stories claiming that Clinton sold weapons to ISIS. No, she didn't sell them, honey. She gave it to them. You know, the only way you can actually say that she sold them to them is like, okay, we're going to give you guys financial aid. And with that financial aid, you're going to turn around and buy these weapons so that we can say that you bought them. Instead of us just like giving you money and then giving you weapons. Because we got to have that paper trail. Yeah. Oh, and a hoax claiming that the Pope endorsed Trump. Okay, that would be funny. The only viral false stories during the final 3 months that were arguably against Trump's interest were the false quote by Mike Pence about Michelle Obama, a false report that Ireland was accepting American refugees, oh, that's rich. And the hoax claiming RuPaul said that he was groped by Trump. Wow. Okay. Wow. That one just, it's like, now, see, I understand because there's this whole male mindset, and Vinny has said it before. You know, once you've seen one set of boobs, you want to see them all. Vinny said that. Rodney Carrington, hell, Flash said that before. You know, so I get that, you know, with men folk, you know, once you've seen one set of boobs, you want to see them all. I understand that. It's like, really? They're just boobs. I mean, I have to wear a bra. You try going around all day long in a bra, asshole. It's not until evenings and weekends that I get to go, in any case. Yeah. So where I was going with this is you look at who Trump is married to, and then you look at RuPaul, and then you put on your critical thinking cap. I know those are in short supply, and I know there's an awful lot of precious little cupcakes that have such an inflated ego that their heads are so huge that you just flat ass can't buy a critical thinking hat in that size. But let's try and find some, okay? Put that on and then look at Trump's wife and look at RuPaul and tell me, if you got a chance to go to bed with this every night, you're going to go and you're going to grope that? Alrighty. Yeah. If it comforts you to think that way, honey, you just go right ahead. Okay, this goes on to say this new data illustrates the power of fake election news on Facebook and comes as the social network deals with criticism that it allowed false content to run rampant during the 2016 presidential campaign. Okay. And see, that was one of those things that when I had WT, if you wanted to share it, that was your business. Because I mean, the site was supposed to be no censorship, which was basically no censorship. You know, if you wanted to put douchebaggery shit out there, put douchebaggery shit out there and deal with the consequences of the rest of the members going, you're a total fucking douchebag, and we're going to call you out on your douchebaggeriness. And I was not going to step in one way or the other. It was like, hey, you know what? You shared it. Deal with the consequences. If you truly believe that, then you need to defend what you just put out there. Don't come crying to me if people come and call you an ass munch because what you posted was ass munchiness. You know, so, and Facebook is supposed to be a social media outsourcing or whatever, a social media site, although, wow, seriously, some of the things that are on there, it's very antisocial if you ask me. But what business is it of theirs? You know, people need to fucking grow up. If you're going to post shit out there, and I know I've actually had to block someone because they decided that seeing as how I accepted a friend request, that was okay for them to start sending me messages of wee willy winky. No, hun. Just 'cause I accepted a friend request didn't mean I wanted to go there. He got blocked real quick. Did I complain to Facebook? No. I unfriended him and I blocked him. I mean, if that's what he wants to do, fine. Although I did also state on as my status that, wow, can't believe it. Accepted a friend request from this individual, and within the first half hour of being friends with them, I get a picture of wee willy winky. How wonderful. So pretty much all of the other females that I'm friends with pretty much knew that, hey, if he sends you a friend request, don't be surprised. And don't be surprised. Don't expect much either. Just say, sorry, move along. I know, Frumpy. See, and that's okay. I got to come over here. Yes, Sock Puppet, RuPaul is a guy, which is one of those things that made me go, oh? Yeah, see, Frumpy, that was one of those, and Circles and I, bless her heart, she was such a awesome co-owner. She really was. She and I rewrote the rules for the site, and oh my God, we had so much fun rewriting the rules. And we had, you know, like if you were going to post something obnoxious and you got so many negative comments on your obnoxious post, then you would get like the yard gnome trophy or something like that. You know, we had all kinds of really ingenious and fun little punishments. And if two people just couldn't stop having a verbal tete-a-tete right there on the main feed, and it was getting quite personal and quite ugly, then we were going to see if we could create a room just for them, and it would be the knockdown dragout room. And people could go and they could watch them have a verbal tete-a-tete. And if they didn't want to watch it anymore, they could just leave the room. You know, that was the kind of stuff that we wanted to do on there, but apparently there were some people that knew better. And so, you know, and then when we decided that we just weren't going to provide a playroom for them anymore, then they decided that we had no right to pull the plug. So, you know, we made our decision, they made theirs. And you know what? Life went on. And I am so glad I don't have a social media site anymore, because that really is a total pain in the wazooby. And yes, Sock Puppet, apparently the rumor has it that Trumpelstiltskin grabbed RuPaul's mangina. But, you know, rumors are always based on fact, don't you know? In somebody's little corner of a mind somewhere. But yeah. Moving along. back to these. I think Facebook needs to get out of the business of censoring people and just let people deal with the consequences of the shit that they post. If you're going to continually post nonsense and crap that nobody wants to see, people will unfriend you. And then nobody will come play on your page. Nobody will see your posts. And yeah, you can go whine and cry all you want, but number one, it's a cybernetic world. It's not the real world. Or maybe it is a real world. I don't know. What is reality? But if someone doesn't like what you post, they can move along. If they truly detest what you constantly share, they can unfriend you. If they're still seeing it, they can block you. They have that choice. And you have that choice as well. So pull up your big girl panties, your big boy tidy whities, or, if you go commando, then go commando. I don't care. Whatever works for you. But, take it upon yourself to make that decision for yourself instead of crying to Nanny Fakebook. Nanny Fakebook, so-and-so posted a picture, and now I have an emotional boo-boo. You need to give them a timeout. Oh, yeah. And you know what? I have yet to get a timeout for that kind of shit. And I've really tried. I honestly and for true have tried. Hi, TD Sanders. How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, and TD over here in the effin site says, in the shout box, she says there's well over 10,000 fake satire sites. Sweet! And before I die, I am going to go to every one of them. That's my bucket list. Facebook as a data mine. Uh-huh. Oh, I know it is. I know it is, which is why I share some of the shit that I share on there. Because it's like, really? So who fucked up bad enough to where they have to watch my timeline? Because, hon, you're going to need one of those self-hugging jackets by the time I'm through with you. That's like the cybernetic equivalent of getting sent to Antarctica for 6 months. You got to come watch my timeline. Have fun. Because I know I am gonna. Oy. Gag you with a fucking spoon? I didn't know spoons could do that. Is it a spork? Is that how we got sporks? You had a fucking spoon and a fucking fork and then you got a spork? Wow, talk about one of those epiphany kind of things. Grammy, I'm bored with this fake election news shit. It's like it was fun for a while, but I can only do so much of this before I just finally go, okay, enough. I'm done. Oh, and Google and Facebook will be the arbiters of truth in the war on fake news. Oh, I know there's a lot of people that tell me, you should be upset about this shit. This should really piss you off. And I just gotta laugh at it. It's like, wow, this is really hilarious. It is. And it's kind of like that Star Trek, the old Star Trek, the old Star Trek. Where they had the certain number of Klingons and certain number of Enterprise people that were trapped on this one deck of the Enterprise, and they were constantly fighting each other, and no matter how mortally wounded they were, they would keep coming back to life and keep fighting because there was this entity, this energy life form. Get where I'm going here? This energy life form that fed off the negative energy. And so when they finally realized what the hell was going on, they also realized how to combat it. And that's by laughing at it and not taking it so seriously, giving it very little credence, not giving it any power or any food. If you do not feed the monster will dwindle away and die. Where you focus your attention is what will grow. Remember that. Also, what you allow is what will continue. That's not necessarily a good thing. Okay, there's all of my Confucius kind of shit for the... Oh, holy... My cat is wigging out now. Okay, never mind. I'm easily distracted. Yes, TD, we are bad. We are so bad. We are bad to the bone. And it's all good. I love it. Okay, I got to put this fake erection. It's a fake selection. Why not have fake news? Because it's a fake selection. It was a wonderful study in human nature, though. Wow. I learned a lot about a lot of people that are in my friends list, just by watching the shit that they would post and how they would comment and stuff. And I'm sure people learned about me as well, because, well, I commented and posted as well, and that's the whole purpose. But, wow. I'm a people watcher anyway. So, I found that quite fascinating. I'm like the NSA, I'm the Grammy version. I watch and laugh for the most part. Every once in a while I get a little pissed, but it don't last long. So, okay, back to this fakey shit. Yeah, we'll do the 3D glasses guy on this one. Just 'cause. You have to have 3D. Oh, hey, I have a comment over on Spreaker. Yes. Hi, Valerie. How are you doing, sweetheart? Sorry I didn't see this sooner. I see you now, though, hon. Hey, woman. Okay. I gotta say hey. I gotta actually type hey. Yay! I'm a little slow, Valerie. Sorry about that. Okay, it'll be Hillary Truth from Google. Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, it was kind of an ugly awakening, Frumpy. But then again, I don't know. It's like when you look at a baby moose, and a lot of people say that it's got a face that only a mother could love. But I think they're just cute as hell. There's a lot of critters out there that they're so freaking that they're just cute. Although, uh, government just never is cute. So I have to laugh at it. Because it's like, really? I can't believe... Wow. And people are falling for this shit. Wow. Man, you just can't make that stuff up. The truth really is stranger than fiction. Wow. So, what is that? That's SpaceX? Wow. Internet satellite. How fun. What is that? I gotta check that shit out. Thanks, Sock Puppet. Connecting. Licensing. Oh, very interesting. Okay. Oh, well, don't bite me. It's taken too long, so I'm just not going to go there. I have such a short attention span. Okay. I got some notifications over here on Fakeybook. Let me check these out. Hi, Patrick. How you doing, sweetie? Bigamy? What's bigamy? Are you going to tell me my butt's big? I don't care. If you want to tell me my butt looks big in that, you just go right ahead. I would much rather have someone tell me your butt looks big in that than lie to me and say, no, no, you look like Twiggy. Huh, okay. Oh, okay. Moving along. So, I had another thing in my pocket that I wanted to go to. Where is that? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is from Zero Hedge. I think I actually saw this on Adam, which, by the way, Sock Puppet, that is so freaking awesome. I mean, while I was having my apple for lunch today, and I told everybody, don't mess with me. I'm eating my apple. Leave me alone. So, I was scrolling through all the news feed on Adam. Wow. Wow. It was like my brain was going, oh my God, which one do I want to click on first? But I found this one and I thought, oh, this looks fun. Let's try this one on for size, shall we, for tonight? Because it's just about as whack-a-doodly as you can get. And holy crap, I only got 20 minutes left. Geez, oh Pete, time flies when I just prattle on, doesn't it? This is over on zerohedge.com. You know, one of them faker belly acre sites. You know, it's not real. It's not live. It's Memorex. Okay, yeah, whatever. Student protest scripts exposed. Eek! Human rights are rights. What if they're lefts? What if they got left behind? What if they're that poor little pregnant gal that those morons would not let her get to the hospital and somebody smashed her windshield? Yeah, I saw that earlier today too, and it was like, you little precious snowflakes. Come here. I turn you into slush. Cabot Phillips of campusreform.org revealed a protest chant script today being distributed to our precious snowflakes. Granted, this was dated yesterday, but and this is being distributed around the country. And the chants are just as hilarious as they are disturbingly naive. I will probably do that, Sock Puppet. I will probably do that. He said that I can add my own feeds later, and I probably will. Let's see. I got to get to this little list because I actually read the list. You know, normally I don't read stuff that I want to do on the radio prior to doing it on the radio because I want to be just as surprised as everybody else is. But this one, I just couldn't help myself. I mean, my apple wasn't done. Okay. For National Student Walkout Chants. No hate, no fear. Everyone is welcome here. You know, I really don't have a problem with that. And that's one of those things that I want to kind of put out there right off the bat. A lot of the times, the things that they say are things that a lot of people will agree with. You know, we don't want, pay no attention to the haters. Haters are going to hate no matter what you say or do. And you cannot change them. Haters are going to hate. That's kind of sort of in their DNA. And those that are going to feed into and feed off of the fear porn are going to do that. They just are. And yeah, you know, if you're going to behave in a self-responsible manner, as in taking responsibility for your own words and deeds, everyone is welcome here. So, you know, I really don't have a problem with that whole no hate, no fear, everyone is welcome here. I don't have a problem with that in and of itself. I don't have a problem with build bridges, not walls. I really don't have a problem with that one either. Bridges are useful. But then again, sometimes walls are useful as well. You know, here we go, that whole border thing. And everybody keeps focusing on, yeah, you people that don't want to have borders and yada, yada, yada. No, what we're calling for is those imaginary borders, those lovely little dotted lines that people say those are real because it's a dotted line on a piece of paper, therefore it's real. It's no more real than half the bullshit on the internet. The only reason it has any reality whatsoever is because people believe it to be true. Yes, there is such a thing as borders, because you know what? If we didn't have skin, which is the border of our meat suit, we would be jellyfish. Actually, we wouldn't even be jellyfish. I think if we didn't have the skin, we probably wouldn't be here, because that's our protective layer against UV radiation and all that other fun shit. So everything has a border. Everything has a wall. Everything in the material universe. And yet, none of it does. Let's get down on that metaphysical level, shall we? How much empty space, supposedly empty space / energy, is there between atoms? Yeah. Is the material world actually material, or do we just believe it is? I'm getting off on a tangent. Okay, the next one is no justice, no peace. This one I have a wee bit of a problem with. What is your definition of justice? And how are you going to behave in a non-peaceful manner? Because when you say you are not going to get your justice, then does that mean that you're not going to be peaceful little people? You're going to go about and start breaking shit? Oh, wait, I think we already know the answer to that one. How about the next one? The people united will never be defeated, or will never be divided. See, I can do that whole rick'em, rack'em, ruck'em, ruck'em shit too. Yes, the people united will never be defeated. That is very true. Unfortunately, you are feeding into the divisiveness, hon. How about this one? For the first chant, show me what democracy looks like. You are looking at it, sweetheart. You are looking at the ugly underbelly of it. Because democracy is mob rule / majority rule. The United States was supposed to be a republic. So we were told. Oh, and they're supposed to chant back, this is what democracy looks like. So yes, this is what the ugly underbelly of democracy looks like. A bunch of butt-hurt babies going out, having a perpetual temper tantrum, and destroying shit that does not belong to them. If you want to bust up your own TV, that's your own business. You want to get pissed and throw your phone down, that's your own business. You want to go out and you want to start busting up other people's shit, that's when it becomes other people's business. Just saying. How about this one? Show me what America looks like. This is what America looks like. Unfortunately, once again, the ugly underbelly. And wowzer, has it been getting ugly. When bigots attack, we fight back. Wow. Are you fighting your reflection in the mirror, sweetie? Got me choked up on that one. Say it once, say it again. No excuse for violent men. Okay, hon, if that's one of your chants, why don't you actually pay attention to what you just said there? There is no excuse for violent men or violent women for that matter. You wish to start it? Be prepared for someone finishing it for you. I don't have a problem with someone reacting in an equally aggressive manner to get you to stop. How about this one? Blank rights are human rights. Blank rights. Did you know blank rights? Okay, it has the little asterisk thingies on either side of it, but they're human rights, unless they're human wrongs. Donald Trump, go away. Racist, sexist, anti-gay. Really? How does that propaganda swill taste? Did you ever get any, backlash on that? Education, not deportation. Okay. Who said you're educated? That's my question. How about detention centers? We say no. Solitary has to go. I like playing solitary. Oh, that's a card game. Never mind. Move along. Cops and borders, we don't need them. What we want is total freedom. You know what? With total freedom, there is no real such thing as total freedom without some kind of price to be paid. Usually that price is taking personal responsibility for your words and deeds. And yet, precious little snowflakes. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration, not for massive corporations. Okay, I've got to agree with that not for massive corporations thing. Not real sure about that money for jobs or education because, well, we've been throwing a lot of money at that for how many years now, and look where it's got us. Yippee! There are no excuses for human rights abuses. Okay, let's think about this here. There's been a news article going around, oh, but it could be fake, about a gentleman who was in the hospital, arrived at or in the ambulance, arrived at the hospital 45 minutes later than what was originally anticipated because of the lovely little protesters. And now a 4-year-old girl, which this is the Bleeding Heart tagline, although, made me feel bad. 4-year-old girl now no longer has a father. Now, in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, look at all of the people over there in the Middle East that, oh, well, no, we're not selling them weapons. We're selling them weapons. We're not arming yeah, we are. How about all of those children over there that no longer have a mom or a dad? How about all of those fathers and mothers that no longer have children? How about that poor pregnant gal that was trying to get to the hospital or the doctor's office or wherever today, and she was on the phone in her car with 911 and apparently being told that cops are not going to be sent because they've been told to have a hands-off policy with the protesters. What does that tell you? I'm thinking that's human rights abuses right there. I think y'all are guilty of that shit. But then again, that's my opinion. And what did I say earlier? Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one and they all stink. Our friends and neighbors are under attack. What do? Show up and fight back. Yeah, and you're the ones attacking, assholes. Corporate greed, we must fight. War is not a human right. Yes, that is true. I gotta agree with that one as well. No borders, no nation. Stop the deportations. When was the last time there was any real deportations, hun? And the only reason we have a problem is because government efficiency is such a wonderful thing. They do so good at it. Because, they just keep throwing more money at it to make it more efficient. And now it can take up to 15 years to get through that minefield called the path to citizenship. Wow. Step off the path. Transphobia is not American. I didn't even know transphobia was a word until I saw it on here. Islamophobia is not America. Once again, another one of those which I'm not going to really call them out for making up words because I do that myself. Although I think when I make up words, they're a lot more creative than yours. And they're not nearly as divisive. But once again, my opinion. Okay, how about out from the margins into the streets? You will hear us when we speak. I keep thinking I need to have a jump rope when I say that. And finally, A, we are, B, together, A, in this, B, struggle, A, we are, B, fighting, everyone, for each other. Wow, so it's like row, row, row your boat, only a chant. Wow, I am impressed. Y'all just really overachieved coming up with this list. I'm telling you, that's some really good organizational skills. I am so very proud of you. Now get a haircut and get a real job. Okay. I and see that whole get a job thing. That's another one of those things where, I really think people need to have something to do. Some kind of occupation, which I think it's called an occupation because it's a means of occupying your time. Uh, but I really do think that, there's nothing wrong with having an occupation. There's nothing wrong with the barter system. I do have a problem with this whole, having to show your papers and all that other bullshit. But unfortunately, that is the world we live in right now, although I do see it changing gradually. Very gradually. But we did get here gradually. So, you slam on the brakes, people go into the windshield, it gets ugly. So, sometimes you just plain have to kind of pace yourself on fixing the shit. Okay, what is that, Kate? If that 6.9 trillion were available, I think you wouldn't mind the social programs as much since the reaping of your paycheck would be greatly reduced. You know, that's one thing that I really honestly and truly believe that it doesn't make a shitting bit of difference if every single person in the United States just refused to pay taxes. Just flat ass stopped. Nobody paid taxes. Period. That would not stop them from printing. That would not stop them from building war machines. That would not stop them from accumulating a debt that they say that we owe. I don't remember signing any contract that said that I was responsible for someone else's debt. The only debt that I was responsible for, and some of that was because of my own sheer stupidity and, well, rebound relationship, I paid off. I am pretty much debt free. So, there you go. I pay my bills on time. I actually now have a savings account again, and it's in a credit union as opposed to a regular bank account because, from what I understand, credit unions are a little bit safer than regular banks. But yeah, I mean, it's taken me 2.5 years to dig out of that hole, but I got myself dug out of that hole, damn it. And I'm going to stay out of that hole because I ain't going to be that stupid ever again. Till the next time. Okay, New York City High School allows some students to skip class for Trumpelstiltskin protest. Yippee-yi-yay, cow patty. Actually, hon, I don't think the federal income tax even covers the interest on the debt anymore. I think the only reason they collect federal income tax right now is because if, it's like the little bonus round for them. They use the IRS as their extortion arm. And if you don't pay this extortion money, this protection money, which quite literally that's what they say, oh, if you don't pay your taxes, you're going to have tanks running in the streets. You're going to have people breaking down your doors. Wait a minute. That's already happening. Oh, wait, and it's our own police force that's doing it. Huh? And where did our own police forces get the equipment to do that shit? From the federal government. Doesn't that make you feel special? I know it does me. So no, I don't think, I really don't think the money that comes out of our paycheck does shit. I think the only reason they take it is because, you fucking morons, we're taking your money and you can't do anything about it. Oh, by the way, it's not going to touch anything that we're doing because, well, we're so efficient like that. But yeah, we're still taking it because we can. I really think that's kind of the way it works. And you know what? I am looking at my clock and holy crap-a-noli. Does time fly? Well, y'all, you've been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3, also on the RLMRadio.xyz site and the RLM TuneIn station, the RLM Internet Radio station, the RLM Spreaker channel, and later on the RLM SoundCloud channel. Thank you ever so much for joining in, listening in, playing along, putting up with my craziness. I truly do appreciate you. I will be back Friday with my special guest. I promise I will not eat pizza live on the radio because that's just gross. Also, be sure to check at noon Central Time, which is the time that the cosmos is set with, for Vinny and another edition of Feedback here on Real Liberty Media. Until then, y'all have an absolutely awesome rest of your evening. Have an absolutely splendiferous Thursday, or as I like to call it, shit day, because sure